I'd like to take a little peek under the hood.
I promise you under this one, there ain't rats like there were in mine a few weeks ago. A new Under the Hood just dropped. If you don't know what that is, it's basically when Need for Speed drops some more info and drops some changes on us that they have done based on what we want. It's a big community gathering, and we've got some cool stuff to talk about. As you can tell by the title of this video, we're going to be talking a few things, including number uno. We're going to get a look, the first look, at some bags in action. Oh my lord. Beautiful. Amazing. It's a GIF. It means you can keep replaying it. And I'm just going to keep replaying it throughout this whole video. And that's how we're going to get to 10 minutes. Just, keep it looping. Yep. Alright. Seriously, bags, if you don't know how they work, you pretty much drive along and then your suspension's up. And then all of a sudden when you turn off the engine, you can't just turn it up, you have to like stop. Turn off the engine and then it will lower itself down. Bags. Now, people tell me all the time to get bags on my RCF. I would definitely get something like that if it weren't so darn expensive. I'm wondering how much it's going to cost in Need for Speed, and when do I get it? Do I get it straight away? Let me tell you when you get it. So it's actually one of the vanity items that you get. For example, also the colored NOS and the underglow. So I'm actually quite interested to see how they can take that even further. Is there like maybe one day going to do different levels of bags? Like some cars maybe can get lower. If you guys ever think of anything that could be like a customization, vanity customization option, make sure to fire it in the comments, because I'd love to know what you guys would think, other than the ones we've already seen, or maybe some like additions to the ones we've already seen, like maybe different colored neons or something. I don't know, a color combination, a flashing show of them, whatever you want. Let us know, and hopefully one we can just be like, Ghost, put it in. Second thing on the agenda, one of the main complaints that has ever been given for this game thus far is the fact that there was a crash cam, and honestly, people like me, a lot of people don't really care for the crash cam that much, only when it's too excessive. Normally, I don't really care if it's like every other car, it's, you know, every in an hour of gameplay. I don't really care about crash cams. That's when you take out one of the AI bad guys in the game or the cops. So there would be like a cinematic camera. Basically, you can turn that off now. They made it an option for us because people were moaning about it. Isn't that nice of them? Before launch as well. Thank you, Ghost. I love you. And in this GIF, we can also see that it does 100% confirm the game difficulty option is in the game. It's set to hard. I don't really remember a time we've had a difficulty setting in Need for Speed. I know we probably have, I just don't remember it. But I'm super glad it's there, and I can say that I've played on the hard difficulty, and I've got to say, they actually keep up pretty darn well, and I had to really push in some instances, so I'm liking it. It's not like the stupid difficulty like we had in some of the Need for Speed 2015 missions, for example, component parts before the game came out. It's definitely not that, but it's a new take on it. Once you actually try this new AI, you'll totally understand what we're getting at here, but for those that have tried it, I know that they recommend hard. It's a little bit difficult sometimes, so maybe medium. But anyway, one thing I didn't actually manage to test out is because I was stuck on hard, because I wanted to stay on the hard difficulty. You can change it throughout the whole game, but the hard difficulty, I didn't want to change it because it was so fun to actually have proper competition throughout. So I never actually tried bumping it down. My question is, in events that require points or like a certain time, maybe like a time trial or something like that, do those scale as well? Is it just the AI that scale, or is it you need to get you have a bigger window of time to do in a time trial, for example? Things like that, I want to know. That's what I need to find out. Also, does it affect the police? Do they become more aggressive on hard than they would be on easy? There's many questions. You'd assume that would be one thing that did actually happen, but and some people were asking for some more concept art, so here it is. Mustang in the background of a broken up airfield. It gives you an idea of the game, doesn't it? I actually really like looking at concept art. If you go back to some of the undercover concept art, it looks amazing. Amazing. But this airfield is pretty much supposed to be Airfield 73, which is where your base camp will be in the beginning of the game. So you're going to see this area a lot in the game, and I've got to say, the concept art, when was this made and who made it? Because I want some more of it, please. I'll buy a book. There's then references mentioning to all the posts that you may have missed. For example, well, things I've already made videos on. So if you want to check those out, make sure to do so. You may remember there was a map, a community map that was made. Well, Ghost have finally shown us the full map for those that haven't seen it. Boom. Oh my god. Now, people have been comparing it scale-wise and stuff, but I personally, every time I've seen people compare maps scale-wise, it's very difficult to get a proper idea of actually how it is, because only the developer knows the proper scale of the map. Anyway, I've mentioned before, it is way, way bigger than 2015, and it is way, way bigger than 2015. You have so many more areas, so many more varied areas, and all of the you can go across the map for the most part if you want to. The barriers, for the most part, have been removed. Not all of them, just most of them. And finally, the thing that people have been begging for me to talk about is that cops were confirmed to not be in free roam. Obviously, I've learned about this, and my personal opinions on this that I don't like it. I don't like that the police are not in free roam. That is something that Need for Speed definitely should have. The cops are still there. You just have to do bait crates to activate them, which personally I don't like. I would much prefer if the police were in free roam. Now, I don't know if this is a technical limitation or just something that was done by choice. I'm hoping that at some point in the future, this game will be updated to have proper police and free roaming Crown Victorias that maybe a bit more balanced than the previous game. I don't come after you for any little thing. I mean, to be fair, the last game when they came after you, they were pretty well done. Like, they were hardly anywhere, and the only place you could really get them to properly come after you is a police station. Whiz right past the police station, and they will definitely come after you if they spawn. I'd very much like to sit here and complain that it's, oh, I'm not buying, but that's not true, because I'm definitely still going to buy the game. It ticks so many more boxes than this one thing, and I know that the vocal Need for Speed community are definitely telling Ghost that they want it. So I tell you that Ghost probably heard it many times by now, and I know that it's probably going to be at the top of their priority list. At least I'm hoping so, because it's such a big deal. But personally, okay, as I said, is it going to affect my experience and enjoyment with the game? Maybe a little bit, but not enough to make me complain that much. I just hope that they will look at that in the future, or if it was, you know, done for a reason, like a hardware limitation, and that in the future, when it comes to that, hardware limitations are adjusted round. So, for example, maybe there's less dirt on the cars, or less AI on the road, or less traffic or something, so there's actually the fact that police could come after us. I don't know about you, but that's my take on it. I assume it's a hardware limitation. I don't think they would do this by immediate choice, but maybe they just kind of figured out that maybe they thought many people don't try and get into police chases that much on 2015, and that's why they looked at data from the old game and made a miscalculation, because the only reason we didn't really get cops after us in 2015 is because they were shite. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on everything down below. For the most part, good news. Some of it, not so great. But this article shows that Ghost do listen, and hopefully they listen to this. I know the window is like this big. To be able to add cops into free roam now would probably be like almost impossible unless they properly redid some underneath stuff in the future, and hopefully they'll do that. If not, please in the next game. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know your favorite thing on this video. Subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until next time, guys, peace.